Hey guys, Brian at Frontier. Want to introduce you guys to how we go about testing our products before we put them out on the market. Right now, I have 4 competitor brands that want to test against our baseline wheel that we always is our go-to and has been for years, which is CGW, and this is their Type 1 4.5-inch flat cutoff wheel. This is the cutoff wheel that for the past 15 years we've sold 500 of these to every one other cutoff wheel. So these we do use as our baseline. Our industrial customers, they prefer this wheel overall, but we always have different customers or different vendors wanting us to test different wheels. Well, this is how we go about doing that, so we know that when we put something out there, at least we've done some research here. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to test 4 different wheels. I have some from Bullard Abrasives, some from Continental, and some from Abra. So we are going to run each one of those against that wheel and see how many cuts we get. I have 3 different stations here that we're going to have 3 different people that work here using, so we're going to get a good average, because not everybody's always going to have the same outcome. Just like you guys know, if you've used one cutoff wheel versus another cutoff wheel, sometimes you'll love one cutoff wheel and the guy next to you will hate that same cutoff wheel. But because we have 3 different workstations and 3 different people here doing the cutting, then this gives us a pretty true outcome. So if we get 2 out of 3, that's better. Anyways, it gives us a pretty true outcome of the actual how the wheel's actually going to test out. So we're going to put these on the grinders, we're going to start cutting, and let's see how they test out. So we've just got done testing our cutoff wheels. If you see now, I only have 3 brands of cutoff wheels up here. We had, to begin with, we had 5. 2 of them were horrible, so I have the top 3 wheels up here that I want to talk to you about. So equal to our past experiences for the last 15 years, overall, the CGW won again. We did have 2 out of 3. We were cutting thick material, thin material, square material, round material, double wall material. So we had 3 different teams on 3 different types of materials. So we have a pretty good mixture of what the grinders were going through, different people, different pressures. You know, everybody uses things differently. But so that's why we do these tests, to give you an overall review of these cutoff wheels. So number 1, again, in the cutoff wheels, CGW 4.5-inch Type 1 flat cutoff wheel. Our part number 35514 is the go-to. That's the one that wins. We haven't had a cutoff wheel beat that one yet that's in the same price range. We have tested some ones that are higher end, you know, like some Walters and some 3 and Cubitron 2s, that obviously it's like comparing, you know, Cadillacs and Yugos. So, but that's a different deal that we didn't do today. The number 2 wheel that came in overall was our direct cut wheel made by Continental. This is a wheel that we have been looking at evaluating and bringing in. This wheel did very well. If you can look at the wheels themselves, they're in very good shape. There's no chipping, no grinding on the edges, and they were very comparable on cuts to the CGW. These did better in thicker wall. So if we went thick wall competition to thick wall competition, this Continental or the direct cut actually did a better job on thick wall material overall than the CGW did. So that's why I wanted to show you all 3 of these wheels. The next one that we used was the Abra Rip Cut, and this Rip Cut did very well overall. So the Rip Cut actually as a whole, I would say, came in the number 2 position. It kept its integrity. The wheel didn't chip out. The wheel held up very well, and between heavy wall and thin wall, it was definitely number 2 to the CGW. So one of our teams, this actually was the best wheel. So in the, you know, overall, because one of our teams did light wall and heavy wall, and the other ones did all light wall or just heavy wall. So this wrap steel, when you were using it between light wall and heavy wall, was actually the number 2 as well. And on that team, this one actually won over the CGW. So that's a toss-up as to which one is better as far as, you know, overall cutting wheel. this one, in my opinion, is definitely the number 2, and this is a wrap steel. This is a new wheel that we're going to be bringing in. Price point is very, very good compared to the CGW as well. So that's why I wanted to give you guys this rundown. We don't make up these results. I have like I said, I have all these 3 different teams doing their stuff. There wasn't, unfortunately, there wasn't a clear cut, you know, hey, this wheel is better in every application. That's why I had to show you these 3 wheels. A lot of times I like to be able to show you one wheel that says, you know, hey, this one did exactly this, and every different application, and it won in every application. That wasn't the case today. But then again, I would say that still overall winner, not by a lot, just by a little bit, would be the CGW. My number 2 would be the wrap steel. And then if you're doing all heavy wall stuff, then this direct cut is definitely, would definitely be a wheel to go to. So overall, if you're gonna be doing light stuff, heavy stuff, definitely choose between the CGW and the wrap steel.